What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the R&P Podcast, giving you opinions on topics you've never asked for. I'm your host, PLAX. I'm here with my co-host, Rick. Rick, how you doing today, man?
It's been all right. What is this, episode 69?
69 of them things. Yes, sir.
Crazy.
I know, right? That's nuts.
Yeah, we're almost at 100.
Yeah, we closing in on 100. Mm-hmm. But Rick, how you feeling, man?
It's been a fun ride to 69.
Yes, sir.
No
yes,
suspicion. No innuendo.
Get it? Cause 69. Get it? Cause. All right, Rick, what we got going on today, man?
We got a lot of stuff on here. Just before I even say anything, if you listen to this and you enjoy our podcast and this is the first one you listen to, feel free to follow us on whatever you're listening to this on. You can follow us on Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube also.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
But yeah, we got a lot of stuff we could talk about. Let's see on the list here that you wrote. We got some good news. Steve is famous.
Oh, that's crazy. No, I ain't gonna say that's crazy.
Oh, really? I can pull up the stat line.
Famous is crazy. I'm not going.
You want me to pull up the stat line? All right, bet.
You go ahead. Go ahead, Rick. I ain't go. Famous is nuts, though.
Sounds like you want me to pull up the stat line so you can hear your own numbers. That's vain, but I guess I'll do that.
That's crazy.
So, Steve currently has a TikTok at 565,000 views.
Oh, that feels good.
Yeah.
That feels good. I'm not gonna lie.
And then his last three that he put up haven't dipped below 1,000.
Well, that's because of that one, though. That's because of the $500,000. Mm-hmm. that leaked into the other ones. The other ones was pretty low initially.
I know, and look, this is the start of Steve becoming a full-blown creator right here.
I truly hope so, Rick. I'm not gonna lie. Like this last week, for y'all is last week. Last week was a crazy week for PLAXtv. Like Rick just said, I had a TikTok randomly just go fucking crazy, and it did $500,000.
Not randomly. I feel like it's the algorithms at work. It's October. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of videos of people watching like short horror films on YouTube.
Okay.
And so you were gonna be in the algorithms. What they didn't have was the PLAX charm, which shot you over the top. So you put yourself in prime position, and your content took you over the top.
That's kind of what one of our buddies said. He was like, he said, I feel like it was probably the perfect mix of like luck, of course, and then like you've been putting in the work.
Yeah.
So of course, like something's going. I only say randomly because like leading up to that, I'm not gonna lie, we only like at the time of this recording, we like 8 days into Plaxtober. It was looking real bleak. I wasn't getting no views on the YouTube videos. The clips wasn't doing nothing. I was like, damn, I'm going to keep going. Like, I'm not going to stop because, like, you can't quit. But it's just like, oh, fuck. Like, I wish I was getting more views. And I was doing all the things that our buddy Flats put us on to. And I'm like, fuck. Like, what else am I supposed to be doing?
That's the thing. That's another thing you got to kind of put in perspective. Things that work for other people don't necessarily have to work for you.
I know it's not a guarantee that that's gonna work, but it's just like I was just like, damn, like I was getting 2 views, no views, 3 views. I was like, oh no, this Plaxtober thing isn't working.
Yeah, well sometimes videos don't, especially on other platforms. Sometimes videos don't reach the audience that you're aiming for. Or sometimes they do, but you don't make those types of videos all the time. So there's not a reason for them to stick around, you know?
Right. But that joint, the little clip that I dropped of me reacting to a short horror film went fucking berserk. And I won't say randomly, you right, Rick. I did put in the work and the algorithms blessed me a little bit. And it was great. Like the $500,000 was great. And I'm super excited. Like that, I've never done anything. Well, on Facebook I did. On Facebook Reels, I did do 500,000 with the brownie video, or close to it. It's like 460 something.
Yes,
I
sir.
got close to that. But on TikTok is a whole like Facebook Reels, to all shorts, like YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, TikToks, even the Instagram Reels. All of those is different. Even though Instagram and Facebook are connected, even those two is different from each other on how you approach it. The type of views you'll get, the eyes you get, but all of that shit is different. So on TikTok to get 500,000, that felt like a legit 500,000. Ain't nothing wrong with the Facebook 500,000. I'm happy about that too. It's just like it didn't have the same crossover as the TikTok one, because the TikTok one got me 70 something subs on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
you went from 94 subscribers to
166.
66 in the span of like 24 hours.
In 24 hours. And that almost made me fucking cry. That's what really got me, the transition. Because that's what we've been trying to find. Rick and I with R&P, and then me with PLAXtv. That crossover. Like, we do well on Facebook. Our TikToks do okay. YouTube, we've been getting more love, but that crossover to other things was what we've been trying to find, and this kind of did it a little bit. I even got 5 more followers on Twitch because of that.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm also like, what am I? I'm 9 followers away from affiliate on Twitch. And I'm just feeling good. I'm locked the fuck in. That's all. like I'm locked the fuck in. Rick and I had a brief conversation about something, about how I was feeling like lazy about a certain thing that we need to do. And this was just like, I was telling Dave today, I was like, this was just like a kick in the ass, like, lock the fuck in more. Like, ain't none of that. Like it ain't no break, ain't no breather, job not finished, job not even started. Grind, nigga, keep working. So if out of anything, this was just more motivation. And I'm starting to learn that about myself. The little W's and I consider this a big W, but the small wins and the little like pushes forward are more motivation for me. That shit just amps me up tenfold. And y'all just be on the lookout. Plaxtober going crazy, of course. R&P about to go even crazier. I got some stuff planned with Rick. It's over. It's over. That's just what it is. It's over. We grinding and we gonna hit there. R&P at 112 too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, we've been like averaging a sub a day, which is crazy.
Basically, like 6 to 7 subs a week for the past like month, I would say. I did notice this too. This kind of solidified it. I was kind of thinking it before, but this like really put it in perspective. And I think it's good for us for future reference when we get into some of the other like projects we got planned. I think it's perfect because R&P has more of a like steady progression. It's not a lot all the time, but it's like a weekly, you can see every week what's happening, and it's a progression every week. PLAXtv, I get like lows, but I get really big spikes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll get a Facebook reel that'll go super crazy. I'll get this TikTok. I'll get a YouTube video that go crazy out of nowhere. So it's not as much of a steady progression, but those big spikes keep me like in the game. While R&P is just steady growing every week and you can see it. I think that's good for future reference. Rick kind of know what I'm talking about when we create something else, because now we know, okay, we know both sides of the thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
like
you.
We're seeing one side with PLAXtv, we seeing the other side with R&P, and we can see that in the beginning with other stuff and be like, okay, now this is how we attack it. And that makes me even more excited because it's like we're getting what's the word? We're getting dual examples while still growing at the same time, and I just think that's dope.
Yeah, I'm really happy for you. I know that was something that you've been, well, not this specifically, but just kind of like the spotlight finding you, even if it's just a moment to kind of solidify that this stuff is reaching people to like a major degree.
Yeah.
So I know this means a big thing for you. So I'm glad for it. And anybody who's listening to this, go check out the TikTok. Obviously, if 500,000 people liked it, then you probably gonna like it too.
Yeah, you'll probably like it. It's pretty funny. That's the thing, Rick. I had 4 other TikToks right before that. Mm-hmm. That was basically the same thing. I felt like that's kind of why I felt like it was random, because I'm like, the other joints was basically the same thing.
Well, they're the same thing to you, but for other people, there's like certain deliveries they like, or certain like commentary, or saying things at certain points. Like maybe it was kind of like the same formulas for the other one, but maybe in the other ones you made a joke that stepped on like a moment in it, or maybe or maybe like it was a good joke, but it wasn't at the right point.
It was a great joke, but it didn't hit right.
Yeah, maybe like on this one specifically, while it was the same formula, you did it better than the other 4. Like you had the joke in the awkward parts, and you were invested in the intense parts, and then you broke the tension with a joke before a jump scare or something like that.
Yeah. I can see that. Oh, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this, because they like, oh, these niggas talking about themselves again. Oh my god. Like this, what is this? The Talk About R&P podcast? No. I got like 180 something comments on that joint, and one really stood out to me. It really touched my heart. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like it hit me hard. I was like. The dude commented, he said something. I forgot what he said initially, and I just responded. With another joke. And then he responded to that. He was like, yeah, you're right. And then he said, bro, I went to your channel and watched the full video, and I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be back for more. Mm-hmm. And Rick, that shit, bro. I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, just that one comment just... It was like I hit 500,000 again. Basically, that's what that felt like. It was like, damn, like somebody that I don't know at all that just happened to see something that I was doing went to reach further into my content and enjoyed it, and that shit felt great. That's what it's about. I also plugged R&P. That the R&P clip that I said that I put in the comments there. That's at like 10K. I think that's at 10K.
Oh really?
I think so, yeah. Nice. That's why I was wondering, I'm like, why isn't it transitioned over? But I was being greedy. I talked to you about it. I was being greedy. Mm-hmm. I was like, damn, can we get like 20 over here? I was like,
You put the R&P in the comments of that?
Yep, in the comments. And that was, I think it's at like 10K.
Which one was that?
It's just me chatting. It's, hold on, let me see.
No, I'm saying which R&P clip?
No, I didn't. It wasn't a clip. It's just me. I just mentioned R&P.
Oh, yeah.
I just mentioned R&P.
I seen that one.
Yeah, it's close to 10K, something like that.
Well, yeah, that's you can introduce the people to it, but you can't take the horse. Well, you can take the horse to water.
Yeah, no, that's what I say. I was being greedy. I was wholeheartedly being greedy, because I was like, oh man, what if we could get like 20 over here on R&P? But it's okay. We gonna get it. Excuse me, that was gross.
R&P
we still on the road to 1K.
I feel like our spike is coming, especially with our skits.
The stuff we got planned.
Because that's like what people like is, while they like the podcast, obviously, and to a degree, and it's not the most hard hitting thing on our channel.
I think our reacts people like more than
our reacts and some of our conversations is what people really enjoy. Which is fine. But it seems like
you like what you like.
Yeah,
that's
which
fine.
Seems like the skits though. Like, they reach a much larger audience, and they get a lot more eyes on them because they tell a story, whether it's a long story, short story, something, and sometimes there's something that people can relate to. Like our military skit, a lot of people shared it. A lot of people shared their experiences, whether the similar experience to what we were joking about, or the complete opposite, just to show like there's like a duality to it. People just get really invested in stories. So I feel like skits are the way to go to reach a lot of people. I feel like
we have a better understanding of shooting skits too.
Yeah. And I feel like with our podcast, I feel like one day people will watch our podcast how we want them to watch our podcast, but I feel like that's kind of weird though, to kind of like it's very rare to pop on a podcast and all you do is
and
a podcast.
Nothing else.
Yeah,
right, and nothing else.
Like
yeah, right.
it's very because then you'd really have to be like, you'd really have to be the most interesting person in the world that you have a fan base only off the strength of you talking and nothing else.
Right. Yeah. No, I could agree with that. And we kind of knew that coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
that's why I think that's part of why we do
called the
all
channel
stuff
R&P Podcast, but at the end of the day, we already knew, like, we knew from just
what the
our
goal
attention
was.
span and how we envisioned our, I guess, potential rise to fame. We knew we were going to do stuff other than podcasts, like,
right.
Yeah, it's just
the podcast is just something
to record.
Yeah, to start at the time, because I didn't have the stuff that I have now. I barely had a laptop. Remember?
Yeah.
Like I had to shout out to Morrow. Morrow gave me his laptop because mine had broke, and we was recording the first few episodes was off of that, and like I eventually was able to get more stuff, but we knew what it was. Like we knew the end goal was to do other stuff, and there's still more stuff on the way. That our boy Almighty Dante kind of leaked a little bit because I was in his chat. He was streaming, and we was just chatting. I was just like, yeah, folks ain't ready for what we got next. And I put the initials there. I didn't put the name. And then the nigga said it 7 times, the full name. And I was like, no. I was like, he said, oh yeah, blank. Oh yeah, blank. Yeah, that's about to go crazy. I can't wait till we do blank. And he was saying the whole name.
Oh really?
And I was like, oh fuck, dude. I was like, I put the initials for a reason, but it's okay. I'm super excited for that. Me and Dave was actually talking about the transition into that on the ride back from what we was doing before. What we was doing before the pod. Mm-hmm. And you guys be on the lookout. Because we about to take over. I truly believe that. I get discouraged sometimes, but if we just keep going on this path, I truly believe like we'll reach the stratosphere. To be honest with you, what you think, Rick?
I feel like everything has its place in the world, whether we get big or don't. I'll never regret everything we've done so far or will do.
Oh no, of course not. No.
Yeah. I'm fine with growth. I'm fine with finding our place in the world as a whole, like what we grow into and all that, whether it's really big or a little big or not big at all. I'm fine with the outcome as long as it reflects the work we put in, Like if we put in like
the stratosphere.
Well, no, because you got to put it in perspective of everything else, right? Like it feels like we put in a lot of work, but in the realm of the world and the large space of the internet and people who get big or not, do we put in enough to be at the top like level of YouTube? Probably not. Like not right now. We can one day.
Hey, we'll see, man.
I'm just saying it off the strength of us having 9 to 5s or 8 hours, 8 hours a day job.
Yeah, that's a bitch. But I mean,
yeah, like there's been people who jumped off the ledge and been like, I'm gonna quit my job and I'm not making any money off of this because I think I'm gonna make money off that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't.
And because of that, can you really say can you say at least currently that you put in enough to hit the stratosphere?
I do. I feel that way.
See, that's why I'm saying it's all perspective.
Can I do more? Yes, because I after this I was like, yeah, there's definitely more to do. But even with what I like my 9 to 5 and being a father, I feel like I am putting the work in. I just started putting the work in, so maybe I haven't like equaled out to others. I'll say that, but. Not that we wasn't doing work before, but you know what I mean, Rick. Like the posting every day and clips coming out every other day and stuff like that. We wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing that, and R&P wasn't doing that. Now that we are doing that, and we've been doing that since the beginning of August, mm-hmm. I think now, yes, our work reflects it. We just got to keep it going for consistently. That's really it at this point. And then I truly believe we could go crazy. But yeah, that's just me though. That's just me.
And I think that's fair.
But that's enough about us. That was 20 minutes of us. I know y'all probably tight. People probably turned this shit off already. Rick, well, I guess we kind of got more of us on here too.
Well, no, we don't have to talk about some of the stuff, but there's other stuff we can talk about. Okay. Let's see. Twitch is going through a desegregation.
Yes, very much so. So, I don't know if you saw, Rick, but TwitchCon was this weekend.
Yeah, I
started this weekend.
Ludwig and Your Rage and Tyson and XQC and
why Rage? Rage had Ludwig doing some Atlanta jig shit.
Yeah, he had to do a whoa.
Yeah, Ludwig was getting it wasn't just a whoa. Ludwig was getting a little nasty with it, some Atlanta shit. XQC was getting sturdy. S-Fan was talking about he about to start playing 2K with Amaranth. And I'm like, these niggas is really like Malcolm X and like and MLK of the internet, bro. Gideon was there. He pulled up.
I didn't know.
He was there. This shorty, this upcoming streamer, Pink Sakura, she took a picture with him and said, "Guess who just pulled up?" And that was the first Gideon picture. And that shit went crazy. But she's upcoming too. Like, it's not like she was a nobody or not like that. But
you think he ever getting his account back?
No, it's over. He's done too much. Besides, not he didn't do anything specific, but he's called Twitch out, which might have affected him on Twitch, but he, not single-handedly, but I feel like he caused Twitch to show love to Kai Cenat. He caused Twitch to show love to the WL community. And also Kai, too. Kai putting the work in and doing what he been doing, hitting 100K and all that crazy shit, being the number one streamer in America. But, also Gideon forcing the issue, it's these great black creators such as myself, Gideon, such as himself, Kai Cenat, Your Rage, Bruce Drop 'em Off, all these guys, Duke Dennis, all these guys doing all this crazy stuff on the platform. They're the most watched people on the platform, and they're not getting any recognition, and that doesn't make any sense. And Gideon even said it, you don't even have to bring me back. Stop being racist. Mm-hmm. I don't want to come. He's like, I don't want to come back. Fuck Twitch. But I'm just saying, the people that's doing the work, give them the recognition they deserve. And Twitch has been doing it, even though they had to get their hand forced to do it.
Well, no, they're bringing us in because now they getting 50-50 splits instead of 730s.
No, Kai's still on the 730.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's still on the 730, so he's good. No, I don't know about everybody else.
They're keeping high profile channels at the 730. Okay. But you have to
but everybody else
you have
is
to
50,
break into that. Yeah. And it's only, at least for some people, I'm not sure how it is for Kai. It's 730 up to $100,000.
Oh. Then after that they go to 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Twitch is nasty, man. They nasty with it. This is a rough time for me to start going crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. You just gotta find a way to stream on all platforms at once.
That's why I was talking to Ray about that. Or Almighty Dante 716. I was talking to him about that to see. He said it's just tough to manage when it's not chill.
Because you gotta
it's very tough to manage.
Triple chats and keeping track of making sure that one stream isn't down while the other's still up and.
Exactly. Well, no, if you do it through Streamlabs, if one goes down, they all went down basically.
Okay.
If you do it through, I don't know about there's other ways to do that, to do multiple streams. I just know Streamlabs specifically. If you do it, if your joint go off or whatever, all of them went off. So that's the good thing about Streamlabs. That's what Almighty Dante was telling me about. Which I might possibly get into that. It's just the discovery on YouTube and Facebook is dog shit. Twitch isn't great, but it's better than those two, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm like, is it really worth it, or I could just focus up on Twitch, and then once I build a name up and stuff like that, transition over and do multi streams. That's more so what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. But the desegregate, it's just beautiful to see. It's nice to see. It's a little cringy sometimes, but it's still nice to see the interlooping of the two sides, the poggers and the W and L, because it was just like somebody put it was like Kai, XQC, Aiden, S-Fan, they was all saying Ludwig, and they was all doing something. Hassan was there too. And somebody put like a song over. You know how people do edits on TikTok, and they was like Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I feel like that it's weird within itself that this is weird. Like seeing all these people on this one platform come together. Like YouTube, while everybody has their own pockets, like at like whatever. What was YouTube's con called? It was like
I don't even remember.
Yeah. Damn. They still do it. I can't.
It's not as popular. They still do it. It's just not as popular as it was back in the day.
Yeah, but
when Tim and them was going, that's when it was super popular.
Yeah, during those cons, it wasn't weird to see other YouTube creators together, like
hanging out, right?
And Twitch has had cons, multiple. And
this is the first time it felt.
Yeah, and the fact that it's weird
togetherness.
to see these creators in one place already shows the type of environment that Twitch has created, whether incidentally or on purpose. Not saying like segregation in terms of like race or anything, but like different communities. Like you got like you said, the poggers, which so happens to be the white.
Majority white and Asian people, yes, majority,
right? Who have their own jokes and what they think is funny, and then you have the W and L community, which I would put myself in as a black person,
which is majority African American,
which is majority African American in terms of the content creator, but the audience is widespan. But the thing that brings that audience under one is that they have the same set of vernacular, whether through experience or what they were exposed to in life that they gravitated towards, or felt like that this more made sense to them. Like, I bet you I have similar tastes in whether it be media, music, or
as
otherwise
in
the W and L community. But we could live totally different lives, and that's and I could probably have only like a handful of those same, I guess, interests as the Pogger community. Like, maybe the only thing I have in common with the Pogger community is the animes I watch, most likely.
And you could argue the WL community got more white males than the Poggers do. It's in terms of audience, the WL got more white males. From like teens to like 30 or whatever, than the Poggers, because Poggers fans is mostly like white women, Asian people, and the spattering of eccentric black people. I like the Poggers community though. I watch both sides. That's why I'd be so, like, y'all probably be like, damn, this nigga don't got a life. Like, how does he know? It's because, like, I don't watch TV. I don't even really watch Netflix or anything like that.
I don't think anybody's watch
these
TV.
People. Well, yeah, but, like, I rarely watch shows or anything like that. Like, I might catch Stranger Things or, like, Game of Thrones or something like that. But for the most part, I don't watch shows like that. So the YouTube stuff is what I consume. So that's why I know, like, some of the stuff that be going on, because that's my form of entertainment for the most part. And damn, what was I about to say? I drew a blank for a second. Rick, fuck. I might be tired too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I can't help you on that. I was
yeah, I drew a crazy. I drew a crazy blank mid sentence. That was nuts. But I guess basically I was gonna say no. I watched both sides, and I thoroughly enjoy both sides for what they are, and I see what they are. Obviously, the WL community, because it's people that look like me. They talk like me for the most part, and they act like me and my friends act for the most part. Not as crazy as some people.
Oh yeah, no.
We not as crazy as some people, but in general, the people I've been around, the people I'm friends with, for the most part, are more WL community. And then the poggers community is people that I have been cool with in the past. You see what I'm saying? Or like those type of people, like people that I can hang out with, I could chill, and it wouldn't be a big thing. That's why I kind of like the duality of it, but I'm also glad that it's coming together more. Seeing XQC get sturdy, he's actually pretty good. He's not bad. He's not bad at getting sturdy. He's not great, but for what he is, he's not bad. Ludwig was feeling himself. He has been practicing. He was practicing without Kai. That was what was funny. People caught... I guess people got a clip of him on his stream just practicing, and they sent it to Kai, and Kai was like, this motherfucker really trying to like be a New York nigga. And then Rage asked, who was it? It was one of the girls. It was one of the girls that be like hanging with Pokey and shit. And Shorty was like, she said, what you call Bruce? And Shorty was like, Brucey Poole. I was like, no, this is nuts. I was like, this is nuts. It's no way that they out here mixing like that. It feels like the 1960s. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like the 1960s, and white people and black people for the first time are being in the same schools. It's just not as aggressive, because when that happened, white people were angry. This time, white people seem excited because the WL community is going crazy. They the best community on Twitch right now.
I feel like this is the thing. I think the WL community was probably always this big. It just didn't have a place to go, like
right. Even though it was on Twitch, but they could right. I get you.
Yeah, like they were there. It's just who were they gonna watch, or they were spattered into people that they have interest in, but it didn't have other people that had their same interest the same way they do. Like you might get a W and an L in like a Pokey like stream, but they're like few and far in between, or like in a Ludwig or anybody like that. But
Bruce was the first nigga to really do the crossover shit, because Bruce signed with
with those
OTK. He not in the 360, so he said. So he can say he did speak his mind. He wasn't quiet. He said what he wanted to say about the situation with the
letting it be known that you're not in the 360 is crazy.
Yeah, no, because niggas was calling him a coon. Because after the whole thing with Miskiff or whatever, people was calling him a coon. And he said, first off, I don't work for Miskiff. He said Miskiff like started it. Him and S-Fan started it. Yeah. But like, I work for OTK. I don't work for them.
For them specifically.
And second, and he was like, OTK hasn't done anything to me. Miskiff, he's like when I met Miskiff, to my understanding, he was a cool dude. I never had no problem with him. He was very helpful to me. So I don't have nothing crazy to say. What he did was fucked up. Yes, he's a wild boy. He need to be punished for that, for the shit that he did. He shouldn't have did those things. But I'm not gonna be up here, oh fuck that nigga and all that, because like he helped me get where I'm at right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's fucked up. And our relationship gonna be the same? Probably not. But I'm not gonna let y'all niggas call me a coon and say I'm in a 360 deal.
Yeah.
And all this shit. That's basically how Bruce came with it. And everybody was like, And Rage and Kai was like, yeah, like that's it. Shut the fuck up.
The 360 deal is crazy.
Cause that's what niggas was saying is because Bruce didn't say nothing at first. I guess when it first came out, he was like the last person to say anything, and I guess people was tweeting at him or whatever saying, "Oh, you a coon and you in the 360 deal. That's why you ain't say nothing and blah blah blah." And Bruce was like, first of all, suck my dick. First, that's the first thing you need to do. Second, stop pocket watching. Cause he said, if you watch my stream time, I only stream 60 hours a week. He said the niggas in the 360 deals, them the niggas streaming every day. Look at he started going crazy. He said your favorite streamers that stream every day, them the niggas in the 360 deals. I was like, oh no. I said, oh no, it's a few people that stream every day.
Every day 360 dude, God, that's gotta hurt.
Oh no. I was like, not him spilling the tea on niggas' deals. I didn't know you could get a 360 in like streaming companies. That's nuts. Cause that's on you. Like you build your community. You shouldn't be signing nothing where you I don't know. Well, we'll see when we get there, but I just don't see how you get the 360 deal off of something that you built, and then another company is trying to help you out. I don't see how you get a 360 deal, but Bruce confirmed it. He said the motherfuckers. He said not all of them, but the motherfuckers you see streaming every day, they probably in 360 deals with whatever company they with. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up. He said, I only stream 60 hours a week, sometimes 50. I was like, he's not wrong. Bruce don't stream them. I don't know, but it's nice to see. I feel like on Twitch's part, it's forced, obviously. Like, their hand was forced. And I don't like that part, that it took all of this stuff, like the past 2 months of crazy shit happening, for them to be like, okay, throw the nigga. That's basically what it kind of felt like a little bit.
You're going to have to bleep that. The hardy R is crazy.
My bad. Sorry, guys. Throw the black folk a bone.
We get the nigga out there all the time, but the ER gotta get bleeped.
I'm black.
That's at the 37. No, but still, that's at the 35 to 37 mark for your edited purposes.
It's at 37.
That's crazy.
37.
You might be black, but they do not take skin color into question when they decide.
And we don't got no video.
Shit.
Yeah, we don't have video. Yeah, this isn't a video for real. Like, you can't see my face, so you don't know what I am. But yeah, throw the black folk. Throw the black folk a bone. No, all jokes aside, it feels like they're saying, "Oh, throw the black folk a bone because we need them because Twitch is crumbling." Because Twitch has been crumbling the past 2 months.
Yes, sir.
That's just the facts of it. And the only bright spot has been the W&L community. Kai, Rage, and Bruce doing Boys Night. R&P doing what they do. What's his name? TK quietly just hit a million followers on Twitch, quietly as hell. Like, he's just consistent. He don't be in the fray. You might see him on a stream with Bruce every once in a while, but he just do his own thing. And they've been the only bright spot on Twitch as of late. Even Pokey don't stream, like, she streamed like once or twice a week. She don't want to do this shit no more. So they had to throw that or put their hand out like that. And that's the only bad part of this, but I do like the Pogger creators opening their arms. Like, they not... Because this could have been bad. It could have been like, oh, these motherfuckers. It could have been like that, side. Yeah, you're right though, Rick. It could have been like, oh, like they trying to take our spots, blah, blah. It could have been anything like that. And so far, we haven't seen, like, even XQC, he didn't help, but, like, he was showing love as Kai was passing him as number one. Mm-hmm. Like, he wasn't oh, this way. Like, he was like, yo, let me be on the stream with you type shit. Like, let's do streams together. Not no, oh, this motherfucker trying to be number one. And that's, not to be funny, sometimes white people and people in general, but a lot of times white people get like that when black people are rising the ranks. You see what I'm saying? I haven't seen that yet, and I think that's great. Yeah, that's really it, Rick. You got anything? I know I've been talking a lot about this. I apologize.
Well, you don't gotta apologize to me. But no, I think you pretty much summed it up. It's nice to see a coming together scenario here when there didn't have to be.
Well, yeah, it should have kind of been that way, but you take what you could get, I guess, right?
Nah, for real.
Oh, Rick, real quick. Mm-hmm. This is sports related, but it's more so I just want to talk about the situation. I kind of rescind my previous statement from last week that Golden State was going to repeat.
Yeah.
Because
Draymond slid Jordan Poole.
Slid him expeditiously. Jordan Poole.
Now he put him to sleep in that video.
He put him to sleep.
He was sleeping.
He put him to sleep. Yeah. And
Draymond said, "I'm Michael Jordan for real."
He really believed that. I think he really believed that. And Steve Kerr and some media people was like, when Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face and knocked him out, the Bulls won 72 games and won the championship in record fashion. Mm-hmm. But that was the superstar and a role player. There wasn't any contracts coming up. It wasn't not like that.
They only have that championship because of Steve Kerr. He was the Kyrie for Michael Jordan.
Oh, that's nuts. I ain't gonna say that.
Who took the big shot?
Clutch shots. He knocked some big shots down. I would say he was Kyrie.
Me and you both heard that iconic parade speech
that he carried
where Jordan swung it to Steve and was like, man,
I'm scared. This is too much pressure.
This is a big shot. I'm not sure I got it, but I see Steve open. And
Jordan didn't say that.
Yeah, as much as anybody wants to make that joke or make like haha, it's a joke. Is that not what happened in that series?
That is Jordan. Well, if you watch the video, Jordan was like triple teamed, and Steve Kerr was open. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say Jordan was scared to take the shot because we all know if Jordan really wanted to, he would have faded out of the triple team. Now, whether he made it or missed it.
So that's the thing.
Whether he made it or missed it,
because we know Jordan would have pulled in that situation, or that he could have, and in a lot of situations he has, which was what puts him in the GOAT conversation as the number one contender.
And he could have made it. He could have made it.
He could have made it. And the fact that that's a 50-50 ball is crazy, right? But he could have made it. But the fact that that's already his mentality, Jordan. He don't like to give the ball to niggas that he don't think is either gonna work or gonna make
like
it.
That. No, yeah.
And
Steve Kerr is like that.
Steve Kerr. What I'm saying is, it's the Kyrie situation, man.
I can't. Kyrie dropped 40 in multiple games,
but he took the big shot when we all know LeBron could have took that big shot. But people be like, LeBron don't got the clutch gene. And I'm like, come on, man. He's LeBron James.
Well, when niggas say that, I just say they're fucking stupid. Because he literally jumped from the half-court line and blocked a nigga's shot that was way ahead of him after a steal. That might not be clutch jumper thing, but that's as clutch as you could get. The nigga jumped from the... First of all, he moved Klay Thompson out of the way.
Yeah.
He hawked Andre Iguodala down, realized he probably wasn't going to get him with steps. Jumped. Flew from the half-court line, basically, and stuffed that nigga shit. Caught the ball and told his teammates to calm down. The clock is still running. If that's not clutch, I don't know what the fuck niggas is talking about then. And if you say that's not clutch, you don't know basketball. That single-handedly, within the past 25 years, is the most clutch moment I've ever seen within the last 25 years. That motherfucker willed himself to stuff Iguodala's shit. LeBron jump high. He's an athletic motherfucker. He's the most athletic motherfucker in the world. But I've never seen a motherfucker jump from half court first of all, clear the first side of the court, jump, and stuff somebody's shit because they want to win so bad. Come on, man. I can't do that. I can't do that, man. That's nuts. But it's regarding Golden State. Rick, I think I rescind my previous statement. I get the Jordan punch Steve Kerr and this, that, and all that. I get that part, but that contracts is coming. Wiggs, Draymond.
Jordan is not Draymond Green. So anybody bringing up that comparison is...
Well, no, he's not. And also, like, contracts is coming up. Wiggs, Draymond, and Jordan Poole's contracts is coming up. There is no way unless niggas want to be in debt.
I know who contract they're 100% grabbing.
Whose?
Poole's.
See, I agree. I feel like that's what's going to happen.
That might even been why Draymond slid him. He was like, bro, you're not even going to be on this team next year.
Somebody, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of shit going on. What was said? I don't personally believe the niggas was talking about that. I think it was something in the game, and it just went too far. I don't think them niggas said anything crazy like that to each other, like regarding contracts and shit. But I do think Dre just overdid it and just slid him, and then probably was like, "Oh fuck, I shouldn't have did that."
Shouldn't have did that.
But contracts coming up, they probably gonna keep Wig and turn Wig into more of a Draymond type, and keep Jordan Poole. Do I think they should do that? Not really.
Yeah. I don't know. There's not a lot of scenarios where I see them keeping Draymond.
No, I understand that. He is getting older. I just feel like people downplay Draymond's importance a lot. Even some of our friends, I've heard some of our friends like really downplay him a lot, and I know his stuff don't show up on the stat sheet all the time. But I feel like he's like not fully as important as Steph, but he's close to as important as Steph to that team. And if they get rid of him or he leaves or whatever, they gonna realize it. That's what I think.
So that's the thing, Steve. Do you think that he's the second most important player on that team?
Yes. Because he's always checking the best player. Mm-hmm. He's always the one making the plays for the most part besides Steph. Because who else is making plays? Not making plays for people. Wiggs not making plays. Jordan Poole definitely not making plays for people. That's Draymond on the break making plays for people. Does he miss a lot? Yes. Does he miss sometimes? Yes. But the intangibles is what's important. He's the one setting all the screens. He's the one getting stuff open. He's the one getting people the ball on the break. He's the one getting the rebounds, checking the best players, switching, talking on defense, being a leader on offense. You can't... Poole's not doing that. Wiggs is not doing that. You see what I'm saying? Steph is more of a lead by example guy, but none of those guys are Steph Curry, besides maybe Clay on a really good day. You see what I'm saying? So leading by example in that situation only works but so much. You need Draymond on that team for it to work. He the heart and soul at the end of the day. And I feel like if they get rid of him or he leaves for more money or whatever the case may be, they gonna feel it. That right there might be the end of Golden State at that point, I think. Personally. I could be fucking stupid and I'm over embellishing his impact.
I feel like that's a possible, but I feel like just off of just the strength of how basketball is today, how Golden State works as an engine, I feel like while at one point he was a big part of the engine, I feel like as time has went on, especially with the young talent that Golden State has acquired, he's becoming like less of an important piece. And you know, I think he slightly realizes it, which is why I think he's pushing for media, and everything else. Like, cause I feel like this, right? Draymond, like he's not gonna be first ballot Hall of Famer.
He gonna be a Hall of Famer though.
Yeah, but he's not gonna be first ballot, right?
No.
and he knows that the type of game he plays isn't one that lasts with age. Like, the older he gets, the slower he gonna get. Yeah, the less his type of game really is gonna kind of like be a benefactor for the team. And
like Ben Wallace, he's like a Ben Wallace type. Yeah,
and with the rise of Jordan Poole's and Andrew Wiggins, like performing, like like pulling their weight, like in high pressure situations and playoffs and all that. He knows that while his role has been important for the machine that is Golden State, if you replace Draymond with a guaranteed 20 and 10, you're gonna win games.
That I could agree with that. And Wig has became a very good rebounder recently. Yeah, and he's a decent defender.
Yeah, replacing Draymond with a guaranteed 20-10, 28 on a Steph Clay Golden State, I think they're just as dangerous, if not a little bit more. I think as Golden State didn't have as much depth, they needed someone like Draymond to kind of like rally during like the cold spots, when some starters needed rest and stuff, and just pulling the team's morale up. I feel like he was a great asset there, but as everybody's becoming an offensive threat, I feel like his pep talks aren't gonna really help much. Like they'll be like, all right, just get a steal, man.
See, I think that's and I think that's just a general problem with the league, because Dre is slowing down a little bit, but there's just something to be said about the hard worker, and I just can't really like.
And I feel like that's true, but when the hard
every
worker,
team need that, and I feel like if they lost Dre, they would lose that.
When a hard worker is also a big personality, that's where the clash happens.
Yeah. Well, let me say this too. You can't fucking slide your teammates. Yeah. So he's probably gonna get packed regardless.
Especially not your young talent teammate that's
that you're trying to bring back.
That's been making a name for himself in the whole last season.
And that right there negates my argument for him, because him being a leader and all that shit, you just kind of lost that in a way. I don't know how the locker room feel. Like I'm not gonna speak for them, but I know if it was me and a so-called leader and a vet on the team slid one of our like younger dudes who's like an up-and-coming star, I would be like, we crumbling a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Even though we just won, I would feel like we crumble a little bit, and if something isn't done, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad going forward. Like Wiseman, Moody, Jordan Poole himself, because he's the one who got slid. Like, how does that make them feel going forward? Because it's like, okay, these niggas could just slide us, and that's just that's just it. Draymond he not suspended, but he took time away. He's taking time away from the team. He said, and he apologized and shit, but like, what else was he gonna do? Say fuck that nigga? That would have been crazy. The double down would have been nuts though, right?
Nah,
he doubled down. He like, fuck that whole ass nigga. Like, oh yeah, send him to Detroit. Man. He don't give a fuck no more. But I don't know, Rick. I see what you're saying, and as much as I like Draymond and want to co-sign him, that can't go, and that takes away all of my argument, because it's like you just, in my opinion, just ruined the whole team morale for the new season. I thought the niggas gonna be locked in trying to win again. Steph is on shit because people keep doubting him. That's what, and like Clay gonna be better and all that stuff. Like I said last week, that just kind of took all the juice out of that. You see what I'm saying? So as much as I would like Draymond to be there still and them to keep him, he might have just fucked up. He might have just went. But, I mean, he will go someplace else and get paid, though. He gonna get paid crazy, and he got 4 championships, so I don't think it's really nothing else. I guess, if anything, this is the perfect time for him to leave. Because if he went to Detroit or Sacramento or some shit like that, they gonna give him a crazy bag, and he gonna retire a fucking billionaire damn near. So, I mean, I guess he slid him so to make it easier for him to get a bag. Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know. That's nuts. What do you think about the situation though, Rick? Like as a whole, like how you feel about Golden State?
I just thought the situation as a whole was crazy. I just wonder. Mm-hmm. I really wonder what Poole had to have said to him, to get him like that. If it's crazy enough, then I'll side with Draymond. If it's some light shit, like some come on man type shit, then Draymond is bitch.
Well, they probably not gonna put out what was said.
Yeah, I thought that until the video came out. Now that the video's out, it's fair game for what appears in the world. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. A part of me don't want to think it's the he said something about contract shit or whatever, but what's enough to make Draymond? Because Draymond didn't even slide KD. And I feel like if anybody deserved to get slid, it was KD. So, just in general as a person, if anybody deserved to get slid, I feel like it's KD because he just act like a hoe on a regular basis. It's just weird. And not a good type of hoe. The worst kind. You see what I'm saying? The worst kind of hoe. So, if he didn't even see, he was about to, he was on the verge of sliding KD, but he never actually did it. So, Jordan Poole had to have said something nuts for him to get to the point of I'm about to slide this nigga. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my only thing. He had to have said something nuts, and if he didn't, and Dre just went off the rails like that, Dre might have to retire for real. Mm-hmm. Because you're tweaking. You might as well. You acting like Ron Artest, dude. Get up out of here, man. We don't need that type of shit in the league. But if Poole said something nuts, then I don't co-sign him getting slid, but Dre deserved to go someplace else and get some bread. Yeah. If he said something nuts to him that warranted a slide, okay. I don't co-sign him getting hit, but okay, Dre should leave and go someplace else and get a bag and blah, blah, blah. But if it wasn't nothing too crazy and they was just arguing about the game or whatever and he did that, he might have to retire, not gonna lie. But, Rick, we running pretty long.
We are. We're already at an hour. We only hit 4
we already at an hour.
I think that's our usual, honestly.
So I'm gonna let you close it out there.
Close it out. All right, everybody. Yeah. This has been another bountiful, plentiful, great episode of the R&P Podcast.
A lot of PLAX talking. Shut the fuck up, bro.
you were carrying this episode. Let us know what you think about any of the situations we talked about. Twitch's desegregation. Shout out the Board versus Brown Supreme Court case. It's really showing its worth in gold. Right
I know,
now.
right? On Twitter, I would. The people that did it, that signed off on that, probably didn't think, "Oh, this was going to be very impactful on a internet community in 40 years or whatever."
The internet wasn't even a thought.
Well, yeah, the internet wasn't around, so they probably couldn't fathom how important this would be in the future.
Yeah. Well, no, they probably did, just not for this.
Not for this. You're right.
Yeah. Let us know how you feel about the desegregation of Twitch. Will you be showing up in Pogger and or WNL chats now that you have a space of your own? Let us know how you feel about Steve.
You can feel welcomed.
Hitting 500,000 views on TikTok. Congratulate him in the comments. He'd really appreciate it. You know, he likes to feed his own ego. So seeing y'all doing that would
that's crazy.
Make him really happy. And let us know how you feel about Draymond punching the shit out of Jordan Poole. If you've seen the video, what do you think he said? If you haven't seen the video, we might throw the link in the description, so you can check it out. But all in all, if you like this episode, feel free to give it a like. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so you can see when the next episode comes out or any other video we make. And make sure to check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts for all your daily R&P podcast. If yep, you see what I did there? Podcast. If you're asking, what do you mean daily? We're at 69 episodes, so you have from now to 69 days from now, and that's not counting interviews, to watch all of our content. Like that's you just got straight.
Damn, where are we at counting interviews?
69 plus days. I think like 70 something.
Jesus Christ!
70, I think like 75. 76.
Oh, okay, that's nuts. Mm-hmm. And if you're on YouTube, that's just even more content.
You have videos for days.
Yeah, literally. You can literally sit and binge watch us.
53 videos on YouTube, so you can watch us for a quarter of a year.
Basically.
Mm-hmm. But get to it.
Most of all, get to it. Make sure you binge watch us, and most of all, we love you guys.
Bye.